So ask any economist what the UK economy really is, and they will tell you flat out. The UK economy is a service economy. So, what is a service economy if you don't know what that is? Well, a service economy is essentially the opposite of a manufacturing economy. And manufacturing economy makes stuff. The service economy is providing services. So, it is financial services. You might maybe sell insurance. Maybe you offer marketing support, HR support. It's that type of industry that is predominant industry now in the UK. And one of the big things that I think we've talked about this before in the past, but I'll go over it again. Because we are a service-based economy, only what are called advanced economies really have any use for us, because an economy that is not advanced economy cannot have, well, the sufficient need to buy the amount of services from someone who is like a complete service economy. And as a result, you will know that most advanced economies are in the EU. The only ones that aren't are Canada, America, Japan, Australia, New Zealand, and Israel. All the others that are deemed advanced economies are in the EU. You can see where this problem goes, because this isn't just going to affect other sectors here in the industry in the UK. It is mainly going to affect the financial industry. And the financial industry is really the big service sector in the financial area. And this will affect it massively. Now, we've seen small ripples, but again, these small ripples are indeed the intentions of how the financial industry is slowly but surely just going to slip out of the City of London, which will cause huge impact to the UK economy. Because if we lose that being like the financial hub, well, the City of London almost automatically overnight will lose hundreds of thousands of jobs, investment, money. All of it will just go. And in the main way, as a lot of people might say, now that you've got, shall we say, a lot of the rich people going, maybe London will be maybe become more cheaper for other people. But we'll have to see. Even though that might be a surprising upside to it, it won't be, shall we say, good all around. So we're going to go diving into the Luxembourg Times, because they cover what has been going on in some of these big moving and shakings of some of these big companies making all these moves, especially in America. So, as always, please do remember to hit that like, share, and subscribe button. And of course, down below there are links to our my Patreon page, my One Nation link as well, called Buy Me Coffee, where you can buy me coffee. And as always, thank you to everyone who does support the channel. And of course, down below there is a link to the YouTube memberships as well, should you like to support the channel that way. And of course, thank you to everyone else who does support the channel, even if you do just hit the like and share buttons. So let's go diving on into this. Like I say, this comes from the Luxembourg Times with the title of JPMorgan's Paris traders are only part of the threat to London. In Paris, the JPMorgan Chase & Co. have worked out of an exquisite 18th century hotel particulier on the Palace of Vendôme for more than 105 years. If you want an idea of how Brexit is indeed transforming the landscape of Europeans' financial industry, you should pop around the back. Before Britain quit the European Union, JPMorgan's Paris HQ was a relative backwater of only about 250 staff. Thanks to the shift in the EU banking out of London, they expects to have at least 800 by the end of next year. And most remarkable, according to the workers there, it is the Wall Street giant that has pretty much added a whole new business line to its French HQ, trading and sales. To make room for all those traders, the firm has even acquired a 7-floor modern extension behind the old building that looks quite out onto the terraced restaurants of the Palace de Marchette, Saint Henri. I think that's how you say it. No, it might have unnecessary space, but never mind. It's not as charming, of course, to the front entrance, but it is very proof serious of an investment banking operation. It is a symbol of how Paris has become the EU's #1 financial trading hub. And the Goldman Sachs Group, Inc. has more than tripled its local headcount since the Brexit vote. And the Bank of America Corp has gone from 83 staff in 2017 to about 500 now. But as we approach the first anniversary of Britain's ex-EU departure, there is a broader trend in play here too, one that is potentially more threatening to the City of London. While Paris is indeed winning the fight for lucrative trading jobs, other places such as Frankfurt, Dublin, and Amsterdam have emerged as EU financial trading hubs in their own right, just for different specialisms. Now that the smoke of Brexit is starting to clear, we are seeing investment banks have ended up in Paris and Frankfurt, close to the regulators. Investment funds have settled in Dublin and Luxembourg, and the stock market has ended up in Amsterdam, says Derek Schrodinger, the professor Schrodemaker, the professor of banking and finance at the Rotterdam's Erasmus University. Frankfurt is also welcoming lots of lawyers. None of this is, of course, to overestimate the immediate danger to London. New figures show from EY from Paris has attracted over 2,000 financial workers, and the UK since the 2016 referendum. Frankfurt over close to 2,000, Dublin close to 1,200. That's a long way from, of course, the tens of thousands that some predicted. But JPMorgan's Canary Wharf Tower still dwarfs its Paris digs. Yeah, something profound has happened during the pandemic that will make it even easier for EU capitals to work together and challenge the city. And according to Stephanie Bourgeon, the Paris-based office of the stock exchange listing company Euronext, London's champions often point to its square mile, the very unique ecosystem where traders, clearers, and deal makers work and play, cheek by jowl, with hedge funds, corporate lawyers, and all types in between. But the ease of which financiers have moved to remote working has called into question whether they need to be physically prominent at all, Bourgeon says. After COVID, everyone has realized that the concept that people need to be in the same city no longer holds, she says. You don't go to the pub for 18 months when you have the proof that you can work without mingling. For him and others, this opens the door to the continent to provide its own cross-border ecosystem, trading in Paris, funds in Dublin, equities in Amsterdam, legal and compliance and trading in Frankfurt. And Kerstin Berland, head of the European City Group, says the bloc's capital markets and banking unions will help knit things together. A year since the Brexit has become reality, Bloomberg reporters have looked at the relative merits of each of these emerging EU hubs. And we're not going to go into this, but needless to say, all these do is list the pros of all these cities and what has happened so far. And even though it wasn't mentioned above, Milan is also mentioned in here as well. But as you can see, this is going to be a massive threat to sort of the city financial trading going forward. Again, something that the Brexiteers said would never happen. They said, oh, it'll be fine because, we've got London here. We've got, the city here. No EU, no banking firms are ever going to move to Paris because we've got it all here. Well, COVID has changed all that. As was said there, you no longer need to be able to mingle, to be able to work in the financial sector anymore. It has changed completely, changed the game again. And now all these different sectors are all different places and all different EUs. Well, you don't need to be in the same city anymore because, well, Zoom exists. Online connectivity exists. You can just pick up the phone and call them or have a Zoom call. It's no longer necessary. So as a result, this will indeed affect the City of London. And trust me, the Tories have got nothing on offer to try and help promote keeping capital banks trading and funds here in the UK. They've done nothing to help them. And of course, they will continue to do nothing to help them because, well, according to them, the government should have no place, of course, in regulating any such markets or even hand out, shall we say, subsidies, because unless it's to a friend, of course, because the government shouldn't be involved in this type of stuff. And of course, none of this is being paid attention to. But meanwhile, these jobs, while again it is slow trickle at the moment, I think will eventually become a flood. And once the pandemic, I think, is fully over, that's when we're going to see these moves pick up pace even more. The trend is there. Jobs and locations are moving from London to Europe. And that will have a very serious impact, not only on the City of London, but on the UK itself. So, as always, thank you very much for watching. Please do remember to hit the like, share, and subscribe button. And of course, down below, there are links to my Patreon page and a one-off donation link called Buy Me Coffee, where you can, well, buy me coffee. And as always, thank you very much to all the people who do support the channel that way. And also the YouTube memberships that are also down below as well. So, until next time, we shall see you all very soon.